Greetings and salutations, my dearest friends. My name is Samantha, and today I'm doing another reading vlog where I read some historical romances. Hi, hello, how are you? Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back. I have not filmed in a long time, but we are here. We are here together.
Look around, how lucky we are to be alive right now. Look around, look around.
Okay, anyways, any hoozles, I can't sing, but you know who can sing? Rachel from Rachel Reads and Sings. Ooh, that was a great segue. Good job, Samantha. Okay, so this video I'm doing with Rachel from Rachel Reads and Sings. I adore her. If you do not follow her on YouTube, what are you doing? What are you doing? She creates some amazing content. She is so talented, such a great singer and dancer, but she also obviously reads all types of romances. I did a video a while back where she read my favorite books, and I did a video a while back reading some of her favorite books, and we've discovered that we have very similar reading tastes. So for this reading vlog, it's going to be real casual. Rachel picked 2 historical romances for me to read that are her absolute favorites, and I picked 2 historical romances for her to read that are my absolute favorites, and yeah, that's it. These are the books that Miss Rachel picked for me, and I'm so excited. So for the first one, Rachel has been telling me to read this book quite literally since we became friends, and that is The Duchess Deal by Tessa Dare. Now, shockingly, surprisingly, I have never read a Tessa Dare book. I know, what a fake historical romance reader I am. But I don't know, when I discovered historical romance, I feel like it was kind of late in the game, and like everyone and their mama had already read Tessa Dare, so she was just one of those authors I never got to, so now is the time. And I know this book is so popular, like I know the plot of this book, everybody talks about it. I just have never read it. So yeah, this is what the step back looks like. Get into it. Next one is by another author. Have I read a Johanna Shoup? I think I've read one book by her, but not many. So definitely excited to read this. As you can tell, I've already started. This is The Lady Gets Lucky by Miss Johanna Shoup. One of my favorite covers, like recently. I just think this is so gorgeous. So this book follows our heroine Alice Lusk, who is an heiress, and she is determined to find a man to marry because her mother is a little crazy. But she is very shy. She doesn't really know how to seduce men. She doesn't have the best confidence. So she ends up meeting Kit at a house party. This also takes place in America. Like I said, she ends up meeting our hero Kit at a house party, and he is a scoundrel, a rake, all the things we love in a historic romance. So she decides that she's going to approach him and kind of like strike a deal with him that he gives her lessons on how to like seduce men. We love a woman who's confident. We love a woman who takes control, and we love like sexy lessons. So I am already liking this book, spoiler alert, but I'll give you more thoughts in this video. If you guys enjoyed the video nonetheless, don't forget to follow Rachel, and I will see you in a little bit. Hello! Literally this week has been so busy, but I have not filmed a single thing. I just painted my nails. Haven't had my nails painted in so long. Just finished a live show with the historical hellions. We read, where's the book? We read A Gentle Feuding by Johanna Lindsey, which kind of fits into this reading vlog because this is a historical romance. It is one of Johanna Lindsey's Highlander romances, very much enemies to lovers, this strong alpha hero, kind of an alpha a-hole, but you know. So yeah, me and Justin and Jessica talked about this on Jessica's channel, and I gave it a 3-star. It definitely wasn't my favorite Johanna Lindsey that I've ever read, but it wasn't my least favorite either. I feel like it was just like a solid 3-star. I've read better romances, I've read worse romances. It kind of fell in the middle for me, but I mean, this cover is so gorgeous. All of Johanna Lindsey's covers are super gorgeous. So yeah, I just finished that live show, and then yesterday, guys, I interviewed Beverly Jenkins. Like literally even saying it out loud, I just want to cry. I interviewed the Queen Beverly Jenkins, my favorite author of all time, the best author of all time, just Oh my god, it was such a blessing. Jessica invited me and Tiffany on her channel to interview Beverly Jenkins, and we talked to her for a little over an hour. We talked about so many things. I would really recommend watching the replay because Beverly Jenkins was truly just as magnificent as her work is. So kind, so humble, so thoughtful and funny. And yeah, we talked about her favorite book covers, how she started writing, advice that she would give future authors, just all the things. And I just feel incredibly blessed, and I like was floating on cloud 9 yesterday. I left work early for it. Like I said, I need to get off work early for this. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. You guys, you don't know, but I this is what I need. And of course my job was super amazing and let me leave work early, and oh my god, it was just great. It was so great. Really trying to drink water so much. This is a half a gallon of water. I try to drink at least 1 or 2 a day, and it's a struggle because I'm not a water drinker. If you guys know anything about me, I love soda. I love soda, but I really need to stay away from it because it does not do good things for me. So water it is. So fun. Anyways, update. The Lady Gets Lucky. I'm like 40-50% done. I keep hopping back and forth between like the physical book and the audiobook. I'm loving it. I am loving it. I am loving it. I don't know what it is about like sexy lessons, like when our heroine is like this innocent little virgin and decides to become a vixen, and like she approaches our hero and like convinces him to like turn her into the seductress and teach her all the ways of the world. It gives me very much like 9 Rules to Break When Romancing a Rake vibes by Sarah McLean, but I think I like this one a little better. So yeah, I'm loving it. I love this cover. Good times. I think I'm gonna go take a bath and I will update you guys more. So sorry that I don't have like a lot of things to show you in this reading vlog. It's a little more casual, but I hope you don't mind. I will see you guys in the next one. Quickly, just like quickly, a lot of people were saying that my hair previously looked like Mirabelle from Encanto, and then someone today said my hair looks like the Catwoman girl, which I thought was so funny because one time at work, like this was weeks ago when I was working because I took a little break from work, and this guy comes in and you can tell like he's probably hungover, and he was telling us his whole life story about his girlfriend broke up with him, yada yada yada. And then he asked if we had seen the new Batman. I was like, yeah, I loved it. I thought Batman was amazing. I thought Catwoman was amazing. And he was like, I don't like Catwoman. And I was like, why? She was amazing. And he's like, you know what? I don't do bald chicks. You know that saying, never trust a girl with hair shorter than you? And I was like, no, sir, I've never heard that saying in my life. Like, what kind of insecure man? But anyways, so when someone made that comment today, I thought of that guy saying that, and I was like, no, I feel so pretty and feminine with my short hair. Okay, anyways, I had to do just like a little shout out situation before I show you to the books, because we did go to the bookstore. That is literally the whole point of me showing you guys. I went to a secondhand store. We were picking up pizza, and across from the pizza place was this like secondhand antique store that we've wanted to go in for a really long time, and I had no idea that this store even sold books. I would have been all up in there that whole time. So I went in there and they had so many classic historical romances. Johanna Lindsey, Jude Deveraux, Julie Garwood, Amanda Quick, so many different historical romance authors that I love. So I picked up some books and I'm here to show you guys. What I got was not a romance book. This is James Patterson First to Die. This is like my dad's favorite series. He loves this series. He loves this book and he's been talking about it forever. So he got so excited when he saw the first book. So we picked it up and he's going to reread it, and maybe I'll read it with him. You guys know mystery thrillers are not my thing, but we'll try. Okay, we will try. Okay, I got a couple of Jude Deveraux books. I hope I'm pronouncing her last name right. The first one is The Enchanted Land, and I really like it because it's like this embossed cover, slightly raised, so pretty. I got The Duchess because I think this takes place in America, I'm pretty sure. I got some Amanda Quick books. These two I'm going to give to a friend because I already have them. This is Desire with the gorgeous Step Back, Reckless, again with the gorgeous step back. And then this one I'm keeping for myself. It's Mystique, and again, it has like that slightly raised, embossed cover, which is really pretty. I got this book by Levere Spencer. I've never heard of this author before, but the book was called The Hellion, and I thought that was so cute because my historic romance book club is called The Hellions, the historical Hellions. So I had to get it, and it had a really pretty, like really pretty, gorgeous step back. And then I got a couple of Julie Garwood books. This one is Gentle Warrior. Looks like that. This one is Guardian Angel, again, the embossed cover. I wish they would bring that back. It's so pretty. And I think this one is a step back. No, it doesn't. I thought it did. Okay, that was my little update. I love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you in the next clip when we actually read something. Well, well, well. It is no surprise, truly no surprise, that I am loving these books. All right, let's start with The Lady Gets Lucky by Joanna Shupe. Where do I even start? I feel like this is taking me out of my reading slump. I finished this book in about a day and a half because I was so invested and in love. I read this on my lunch break. I listened to the audio in my car. I read it when I got home. Like, I was just so obsessed with the story. I did talk a little bit about the plot, but in short, our heroine is an American heiress. She is determined to find a good husband because she's trying to get out of like her toxic relationship with her mother, and she feels like if she gets married it will solve a lot of her problems, but she's super shy and doesn't know how to like entice a man. She lacks a lot of confidence, so she approaches our hero Kit, who is like this seductive rake, and she kind of like convinces him to be like a teacher to her and like help her find a husband. He's opening a supper club, which is basically like a dining hall. It's really important to him, this business. So in exchange, our heroine is trading him some very sought after recipes that he's been looking for his supper club. So they have like an exchange going on, and they both like make an agreement to not fall for each other, but obviously things happen. What I love most about this book was the mutual pining. Like, both of our characters were so obsessed with each other, but they were so stubborn about it. Like, they wouldn't admit their feelings, and you just knew they were like pining for each other, and it was so good. I also loved our heroine so much because I loved how in control she was. Like, she was really taking control of her life and her future. Loved seeing her become more confident in herself and her skills. She really loves to cook, and she's embarrassed about that. Her mother has made her seem like cooking is not a valid skill for a proper young lady during this time. It really helps her show that she is confident and able, and I love that her confidence wasn't only defined by their relationship. Like, she was such a strong character on her own, and then our hero also had such great character development. Like, just on their own, the characters were amazing, and then you put them together with the romance and the tension and the building and the steam and just everything. It was gorgeous. It was a wonderful book. I loved that it was set in America. 10 out of 10, 5 stars. What I will say though is this is the second in the series. I have not read the first book, and you do definitely get spoiled. So it almost felt like there was a second love story in this book, because this story is like adjacent to the timeline of the first love story, first book, and you kind of see that love story playing in the background. So like if you didn't know there was a first book, you would almost feel like you got like a side plot. So I would definitely recommend reading this series in order, but I'm gonna go back now. All right, another book that we finished. I feel like I'm just really getting out of this reading slump in this reading vlog, and it's making me so freaking happy. This was not a part of the books that Rachel picked, but Rachel's the one who convinced me, not convinced me, but she recommended Nicola Davidson as an author to me. Nicola Davidson writes a lot of historical romances, but they're very steamy, they're a little bit short, and she writes a ton of like menage, poly, BDSM romances that are just steamy and wonderful. And I've read many books by her, but recently I picked up Highland Passions, I think it's called. I'm gonna put it right here. Oh my gosh, this book is delicious. It's much more steamy and full of smut than like your traditional historical romance. It's a 5-hour audiobook, super short, and it's a poly romance, which you guys know is my absolute favorite. Poly romance features 2 girls and 1 guy. It is set during like the Highland Scottish era. The first heroine was actually an ex-mistress of the king. The other heroine is one of the king's wards, and then our hero is like the king's most prized warrior Highland beast. What happens in this book is the king during the time gets married, and his wife is very jealous and wants to like send all of the beautiful maidens away. One of our heroines is his ward, and she is meant to marry for alliances between like Scotland and England. He sends her away, and his ex-mistress is kind of like her governess, and then his warrior is meant to protect them, but they end up forming a romance, and it is so steamy. I also like this one because it has a little bit more of a submissive hero. One of our heroines is more dominant in the bedroom, and I just love a submissive hero. Something about that just makes me like melt. I love it to pieces. I love it. And I started reading Tessa Dare during my lunch break. I'm almost done with this book, and I also really love it. Like, what the heck? This is just such a good reading vlog. I will talk more about this book in the next clip because I'm tired. I want to go take a Hello, we are here to end this video. Really, I've just been enjoying like reading. We read 4 historical romances in this video, which is honestly kind of amazing because I have been in such a reading slump. Like, that is the most I've read in like a month. Really, I got to a point where I was just reading like book club picks, and that was it. Because I don't know, my brain just like could not comprehend a full length novel because I was just going through like a lot emotionally and physically. But I'm so happy that I'm out of my reading slump. I am so happy that I read Rachel's favorites. And let's talk about the recent book that I just finished. That is The Duchess Deal by Miss Tessa Dare. Literally after I filmed that last clip, I just took a bubble bath and like finished this book, and oh my gosh, I love it. 5 stars. 5 stars. We have 2 5-stars in this video, and I could not be happier. So this book follows our heroine Emma, who is a seamstress. She gets hired to sew this very elaborate wedding dress for a woman who is marrying a duke. Our hero is the Duke of Ashbury, and he is meant to be married, but he is kind of like a war hero, and he has a lot of scars. He has an accident during the war that leave a lot of scars on his face and his body. Back home, his soon-to-be wife was like absolutely horrified and ended the engagement because she was just a horrible person. So they never got married, and our heroine Emma spent all that time sewing this wedding dress that she feels that she should be compensated for her time. So she dresses up in the wedding dress, goes to the Duke's house, and demands payment. I'm like, you know what? You go, girl. You go. Like a vicar's daughter, she does not have a good relationship with her father, and she's really just trying to make a life for herself, and she is struggling like to pay rent and live in London. So she basically like accosts the Duke to give her money for this wedding dress, and he turns it around and says, you know what? Let me make you a duchess instead. So he needs to find a wife, but he's having a difficult time because he's like this stoic recluse who does not like to go out because of his scars. He needs an heir, so he decides, you know what? You'll do. This lady will do. And they kind of strike up a marriage of convenience where she's really with him for the wealth and the title, and he is with her for the heir. And they kind of like make an agreement that they're not going to fall for each other. It's going to be just a marriage of convenience. Her sole purpose is to provide an heir, and then they'll like go their separate ways. But of course, silly people, they think they're not going to fall for each other. This happens in every historic romance. Obviously, they fall for each other, and it was glorious. What I loved about this book so much was the humor. This book was hilarious. Like, so many people, okay, I'm like beating a dead horse because I know everyone has read this book, and everyone's like, Samantha, duh, we been know this. Where were you? I know, guys, I was very late to the game. But this book was hilarious. So many people talk about this book, and like no one has mentioned like this book is genuinely so funny. Like, I was laughing throughout the entire book. Their banter, amazing, top notch, high rate. I loved it. I freaking loved it. Another 5 stars. So yes, 2 books that we read by Rachel, which is The Duchess Deal by Tessa Dare and The Lady Gets Lucky by Joanna Shupe. Both of them were 5 stars, and really, like, does that surprise anyone? No. Also read A Gentle Feuding by Johanna Lindsey. This was my book pick for the Historical Hellions. We gave this 3 stars. I love this cover, but it wasn't my favorite historic romance, especially in comparison to the ones that I read in this video. We also read a short Highland novella by Nicole and Davidson. I believe it's called Highland's Passion. I always forget the name. I'll put it right here. This was steamy. It was fun. Love Nicole and Davidson. And we read some really strong historic romances in this video, and I'm like in a historical romance vibe. So if you have any recommendations of historical romances that I desperately need to read, let me know in the comments down below, and I will definitely do that. I had so much fun reading these books in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. As always, thank you for taking time out of your day to spend time with me. It means the absolute world to me. All of Rachel's links and videos will be down below, so go follow her. I love you guys. I hope you guys are staying happy and healthy, and I will see you in my next video.